you know, the local media has an agenda that they're going to serve. I don't know who's in charge of it or what it is, if it's like a headless monster.
You know, I was pretty happy with that one at Gerbils the other night.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, that was a good pizza.
Yeah.
Fat wallets and empty hearts. Which,
empty hearts.
It's insane how little musicians get. So, yeah, if you're interested in support, not just me, but any musician that you like, one of the best ways to do that, it sounds old school because it is purchase their music, purchase their merch, you know.
Hey guys, this is Mark from Rat Rod. Hi, this is Mikey P from Skell. Hey, this is Jeff from the Bell Jumpers.
Probably be Paul, because he's awesome.
This is Jessica for the band Dimitis. You're listening to Pennsylvania Rock Show.
what's up, everyone? You are tuned in. What's up, everyone? You are tuned into the Pennsylvania Rock Show, episode number 698. At the top of the episode, we heard from Medusa's Disco and their song Blood and Honey. We also heard from Stooge Bigson out of Big Sun out of West Virginia, their song Warhead, and A Starlite Gray and their song Revision. Those guys are going to be joining me momentarily. There they are. What's up, gentlemen?
Hi.
So I'm going to start off by asking you about that song. I don't usually do that until later on, but I rearranged things tonight.
Cool.
So before we introduce you or talk about anything else, tell us about the song Revision, if you don't mind.
So I wrote the lyrics for that one mainly about addiction and for those suffering from addiction and their family members. I've battled addiction in the past, and when you get out of that, you really don't know how to live life because your direction and what you're seeking is completely different from a normal life. So you feel lost and confused, and we should help those that are trying to get out of that life cycle.
Let's talk. I'm going to go straight into. Actually, introduce yourselves, and then I'll go into an odd question.
All right, I'm Shane. I'm the vocalist.
I'm Joey. I'm a guitarist.
Braden, another guitarist.
And Andy. I'm the drummer.
We're sans a bassist right now. Sorry.
Well, I was going to get into that a little later, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So normally I ask, what's the best pizza that you've had because you're a musician? But before we do that, I have to know, is Altoona style pizza a real thing?
It's something.
Yes. Unfortunately, yes.
I've been there a few times, but I've never gotten that pizza.
Man, it's like the most backwards version of a pizza, but it somehow tastes good.
I've never tried it.
I won't.
Kevin had us try it.
Is it the
one with the American cheese or whatever. Yellow cheese.
It
doesn't. It looks like something you make as a young kid, just messing around with stuff in the kitchen, honestly. But it worked. It was good.
All right, now I'll ask you, what's the best pizza you've had because you're a musician?
The OIP by McGarvey's is pretty good, and actually McGarvey's has amazing wings.
You said pizza.
I know, I'm just saying.
Shout out Dino's. Dino's Pizza is the best pizza in Altoona, hands down. Just saying.
Honestly, man, I'm just kind of a Domino's guy.
Domino's?
Yeah.
Oh.
I do wholeheartedly. I'm a Bedford kid, so I'm like a half hour south from here. But I will say I do appreciate Dino's. But about halfway between here and Bedford is a place in Claysburg called Old Time Pizza and Subs.
Yeah.
And there's just something about their sauce that they use there. Everything that is amazing. That's got to be hands down my favorite.
We love pizza.
Yeah.
Someday, when I'm retired and yeah, that's not going to happen. But someday I'm going to go back and listen to all of these shows, and I'm going to start traveling and try some of these pizza places.
I'll join you, bro.
Cool.
My wife doesn't know that yet. All right, so let's go with the name A Starlite Gray. Where did you come up with that?
Well, it's kind of been that was a process in the beginning. We were going off of, I would say, kind of our writing style to begin with. We were looking for more ambient tones, trying to be a little trancy with our music as well as jetty, and just sticking true to metalcore. But we also are kind of conspiracy theorists and have a bit of an obsession with UFOs and celestial, conversations. So it just kind of all fell into place where, it's kind of like finding the gray within Starlight.
Yeah, I love the whole Anunnaki and like the ancient astronaut theory.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm just saying it's very captivating, and we kind of like you said, like we wanted to do something with the word gray. You know what I mean? And we obviously figured eventually the route we're going to go with the music anyways is going to have more of like that spacier kind of tone to it anyway. So we're like, let's just, and quite frankly, I think it took us a few weeks, but we finally decided on like a not something that flowed off the tongue, and A Starlite Gray was born, but we also had to be different and change the spelling of both Starlight and Gray. So we spell it the Starlight kind of like the Starlight Starbright, with the Lite. And then Gray, we spell with an A instead of the E, just to be different.
Yeah, I think either way is acceptable. I think I Googled that one time.
Yeah.
Don't tell my students I'm teaching spelling that I don't know which way is right.
Just hope they're not listening.
Hopefully not yet. Maybe my old students, they definitely figured it out. So what's a non-standard venue that you guys would like to play at? And you can't answer garage because you already did that.
A non-standard venue.
Although that's kind of standard to practice, but
I want to play outside on right at one of the trailheads at Blue Knob, like the the ski resort in our area. I think that would be so cool to do an outdoor show right at the trailheads. So as people were going on to go down, whether skiing or what, it would be cold, but I think snowboarding, whatever, that'd be like the most epic thing to get them amped up for their run down, down that cool. Whatever. I think that would be cool, non-standard. Either that or the top of that paraglider in the mountain where we did the photo shoot. On those,
Mountain house at the peak of Chambers.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
That would actually be a pretty intense place to play. Yeah.
Top of a mountain.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Anybody else want to venture on that one?
I think the ski resort would be pretty nifty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you're listening, Blue Knob, because
yeah, something elevated, something where like we're above like a crowd. I think that would be sick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that would fit for sure.
I don't know.
Hot air balloons.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it. An airport.
An airport.
No, I'm dead serious. Like around the holidays, like back you seen all the old Christmas movies.
Well, there's a ton of people there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And there's constantly back in like the old Christmas movies, the early '90s Christmas movies. You always seen like pianists in there playing, or small, or orchestral gatherings and stuff. But imagine a metalcore band in there throwing down on the holidays.
metal in an appropriate place. Yeah. That would be so awesome.
I think that'd be neat.
Yeah. Okay. I dig it.
All right, so you guys are headed out on tour, and I'm driving your tour bus. What music am I playing on the radio in between shows?
Oh God!
Is this our choice or what we think you're going to play?
Your choice.
Okay.
This is going to be a big mixture because even though we all appreciate the same styles of certain musics, like me, for instance, I like everything from bluegrass to death metal. A lot of these guys don't like country, so we might fight a little bit over it, but they'll get over it.
Country stinks.
Anyway.
I should note that the next song I'm going to play is an alt country song. So
all country's okay. All country's okay. I like Hank and all that stuff, but just like I mean, and I have a lot of appreciation for country music because country guitar players, some of them are shredders, man. Like, there's no doubt. I just can't get into it. I don't vibe with it. I'm a huge like deathcore and thrash metal, kind of fan, but I really love hip hop music too. Like, I seriously listen to a lot of rap, like, no doubt. But I'd probably have you play a bunch of NF and some Tech Nine and the occasional Eminem. Right?
I used to listen to a lot of Census Fail, Code and Cambria, Taking Back Sunday, that kind of stuff in middle school, and emo, as they used to call it back in the day. But that always creeps its way in for me.
Yeah, no, I don't want to sound one-dimensional, but it was just metalcore all the way. I listen to it. Yeah.
I've forgotten names already. Last person who answered the question.
Yeah, Braden.
Braden. So listen,
Braden, you need to speak up a little bit.
Okay. I just said just metalcore. I'm pretty one-dimensional. That's all I listen to.
Also, you can call him any name that starts with the letter B. It's just a thing we do. So he can be.
It's a running inside joke.
Yeah.
You call him anything but Braden. So Braxton, Benjamin,
Bartholomew, Beavis, but all that stuff. It work. He answers to it all of it.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we're gonna take a short break. I'm gonna play that alt country song that I mentioned. On the video side, you guys are gonna watch, unfortunately, about 4 minutes worth of commercials, which is great for Music from the 412 because they're all sponsors from Music from the 412. But that means you have to wait 4 minutes to hear from us and see what else the Starlight Gray has to tell you.
Here at Moondogs, we still believe in music. And if you're looking for a night out with the best rock and blues in the Berg, just look for the Big Bone outside. Featuring home-cooked food and an extensive bar, come for a meal and stay for live music and shows. Plus, become part of the family at the Band Together Clubhouse. Want to know what's coming up next? Check our website for upcoming shows and special events. Catch the Pennsylvania Rock Show live Mondays on Music from the 412. Join host Bill Domiano for music and exclusive interviews with the best unsigned bands Pennsylvania has to offer. Featuring the best variety of rock and metal with new shows every week. Plus, you can catch replays every Saturday morning and stream us on the radio. Want to get your band featured in an upcoming episode? Visit Build the Scene online for submissions and additional information. Main Street Music and Sound is your full-service music store for instruments, rentals, repairs, and more. Our experts have over 40 years of experience in AV and lighting installations. And if you're looking for any kind of instruments, accessories, or gear, you'll find it here. Plus, we offer lessons for students of all ages and levels for a wide variety of instruments. Visit Main Street Music and Sound in-store or online today. Don't miss 3 Questions and a Song on Music from the 412. Tune in as Bill Domiano of the Pennsylvania Rock Show introduces you to unsigned bands from anywhere on the third rock from the sun. Bill asks questions, bands give answers. Plus, an additional question is provided by the previous episode's featured artist. Learn about unsigned bands of all genres throughout the world through a very simple method: 3 questions and a song. Tune in to our next show.
I apologize. Too many buttons to press. So that was the Shiners and their song Slow With You. This is the Pennsylvania Rock Show, episode number 698. We're coming at you live on musicfrom412.com, buildthescene.com, firstangelmedia.com. You will hear us replayed on oldiesxl.com from Philadelphia, rootaroораdio.com on the beaches of San Diego, California, xrpradio.co.uk, which we are currently live on our radio side, which is in Glasgow, Scotland. I know I'm forgetting. megarockradio.net and 107.1 FM KFGD, St. Louis, Missouri. And I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody. But anyway, this is episode 698. With me tonight is A Starlite Gray. And things are not cooperating on the video side or radio side. So I'm going to get to edit all that all over again. It happens. The real reason it happens is because it's live and nothing ever works correctly in technology. But anyway, so a little bit later in the show, I am actually going to be giving away tickets to these Shiners. They have a show at Jurgles on Wednesday. So that'll be coming up in the next, I almost said intermission. I guess intermission. Anyway, so I have an official question. I ask it on both my podcasts of every guest, and that is, who is your Dave Grohl? And by that, I mean, who do you want to go up on stage with and perform one of their originals?
I would say for myself personally, Davey Havoc from AFI. I started working on vocals and stuff, listening to him as far as cleans and everything. So I think that'd be awesome, in my opinion.
Oh man, if I could get on stage and play with somebody, it's not going to be a commonly known band to begin with, but he's part of the reason why I play guitar the way I do and why I even play like an 8-string and stuff. But Timothy James from Hacktivist, I would love to jump on stage and play along with those guys. That'd be awesome.
Michael Amon, a guitar player and arch enemy, and I love the way they write their stuff. It's very thrashy, but it has a very good like melodic element to it. So he's always been one of my favorites. I know how to play some of their songs. Definitely that one.
It's going to take me a long time to live up to the name, but I would love to hit the stage with Tosin Abasi. I mean, Matt Garska's shoes are intense to fill. Never will I be able. But I would love that. To just play a song with Tosin would be amazing.
I second that one too. I'm not gonna lie. Another reason why I play an 8-string guitar.
Okay, so you're leaving a show, and there's a DeLorean sitting outside with his door up in the air and a flux capacitor in the back seat. Where are you going in time, and what band are you going to hang out with?
This is really good.
Oh,
You have to give me a second.
you know,
Go ahead.
I don't even know what time period I would put myself in with that. But as a closet, I wouldn't even say so much a closet, but a low key hardcore Elton John fan, I would love to party with him back in the early days. Just saying, he was a wildcat.
I would say probably early 2000s. I'd love to go back Slipknot, back when they had all the OG members, man. Just be a part of the chaos back then. I think that would be awesome.
Okay, that'd be cool. Have you figured it out yet?
Just because, I mean, they're a band again now, but to go back to the early 2000s, like My Chemical Romance and The Used, I think that'd be pretty nifty.
Nice. Me personally, I would want to go back and jam with Chuck Berry because, in my opinion, if it wasn't for Chuck Berry, we wouldn't have the music we have now anyway. So I would love to go back and party with the man that pretty much coined what distortion is today and gave us the gift of palm muting and all that stuff.
Chuck, it's me, your cousin, Marvin. Marvin Berry. It fit the question perfectly. In case anyone didn't get that, that was part of Back to the Future, where the question came from. I think he said Marvin. It was Marvin, wasn't it?
Marvin, yeah. I'm pretty sure it was Marvin. It's been a while, but I grew up in that time. Whenever the movie came, I'm older than I look.
I mean, I bet I'm older than you.
I'm 40. I'll be 41 in February. How old are you?
Well, let's go with how old do you think I am?
If you're older than me, I'd say you're probably 45, 46.
I'm 40. I just turned 47 a week ago.
Ah, you look good. Not a day over 46.
Thanks. Anyway, so this one can tend to get really good answers or it can fall flat, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
Yeah.
So I want to know about something embarrassing that has happened to you guys on stage, but I don't want you to tell me about something that you did that was embarrassing. I want you to tell me about something that somebody else in the band did that was embarrassing.
I got something for this.
Go ahead, you start.
Okay. I apologize if you're watching this too, by the way, bro. But I was in a band. I won't say it just because I don't want to put too many names out there. But we did an album release show a little over a decade ago up in Johnstown, and we had a guy running sound, and our lead singer at the time wasn't having it with the guy running sound. He could not hear himself in his microphone. It just reached a point where he boiled over, and like maybe our third song in, whipped his mic off stage and just stormed off screaming. It was just our album release show was kind of one of those moments where everyone just looked at themselves like, what do we do? You know, so that was probably the most cringy, embarrassing moment I've had on stage.
All right. I got one for this. Yeah. So in my first band, probably like our second or third show, we were very early on. We decided to do this bit where like we'd go out on stage and everybody was like on the wrong instrument, and then like we'd switch at some point early on. So my singer had the other guitar player's guitar, and the strap came off and he didn't catch it, so he just dropped it like right on the ground. It was rough.
I don't have really any stories yet.
For those that don't know, this is Shane's first band.
Yeah, I'm new to this. It's what, like 6 months?
Yeah, he's been a semi-professional vocalist now for 6 months. That's what I'm calling it.
I'll take it.
I have so 2 bands prior to this band for me. We were the only band playing the night. We agreed to do a 3-hour kind of a deal, and it was all originals. And before the first set was even done, our vocalist was just completely obliterated and couldn't even form a single sentence, let alone sing melodically. So yeah, we kind of there was a heated exchange, and we kind of bailed out on like $2,500. So that was pretty embarrassing.
Yikes.
Yeah. I headbutted him that night. It was pretty embarrassing.
Did you guys play another show after that, or was that the end?
Honestly, long story short, I had just gotten back home from a deployment in Iraq, so I was kind of like dealing with some stuff that I needed to get through. And when I said something to him about not being able to perform and how I was just going to call the show, he said some pretty hateful stuff, and I honestly didn't even know I did what I did, but I headbutted him and knocked him out and grabbed everything and said, "Hey, sorry guys, show's over. Keep your money." And you know, it was not my best moment, but the band was pretty much done at that point because I had come home and I wasn't that guy that wanted to get drunk and party anymore. So we were already starting to slowly drift apart as best friends, anyways. And we were done after that for the most part.
All right, so we're going to take another break. This one's going to be about 2.5 minutes. On the radio side, you're going to hear Suicide's Eyes by Skell, and we're going to give away some tickets.
From the 412 with your concert calendar, I'm Bonnie Diver. Here's what's happening on Wednesday, November the 29th. The Shiners will be at Jurgles. Doors open up at 5. Show starts at 8. And you have a chance to win tickets to that show by listening to music from the 412. Bandcamp Friday's coming up on Friday, December the 1st. That's an all-day event. December the 2nd, it's Barnacle Feet at Dormont's VFW. That's at 7 p.m. December the 10th, Fit for an Autopsy in Exodus. That's Preserving Concert Show. That's at 7 p.m. Not too early to look into 2024. That's right. January the 16th, Bill Ally Band is going to be at Jurgles. Got a chance to win tickets to that by listening to music from the 412. Also win tickets to Three Dog Night, January 25th at the Carnegie of Homestead Music Hall, and Extreme with Living Color at the Carnegie of Music Hall, February 6th. We'll have tickets for that show. Thanks for listening to music from the 412.
It's that time of the show where I give away 2 tickets to a concert provided to us by Drusky Entertainment. And this one in particular is at Jurgles. It features the Shiners, who I played earlier tonight. The track I played from them was Slow With You. If you're interested in attempting to win tickets from Music from the 412 and Drusky Entertainment, go to www.musicfromthe412.com/contests. When you're there, you click on the show you would like to go to, fill out the form sending us your email that we will only use to send you tickets should you win, and then make sure you share the page and tag both Drusky Entertainment and Music from the 412. It's as easy as that, and then you come and you watch the Pennsylvania Rock Show live to see if you won. So this week, I'm giving away those 2 tickets to the Shiners on Wednesday, November 29th. The show starts at 8 p.m. Doors are at 5 p.m. And once again, that is a Drusky Entertainment show at Jurgles. Nikki Prasa and Andrew Carr were the 2 that signed up for this show. So I put each of the names on there 5 times. I'm not going to shuffle. I'm just going to go ahead and click the button, and we're going to find out who's winning those tickets here momentarily. And the winner is Andrew Carr. So, Andrew, make sure you keep an eye on your email. You will be receiving an email from Adam Valen or the box office with your tickets. Once again, musicfromthe412.com/contests for your chance to win 2 tickets to various selected Drusky Entertainment shows. I'll be back with you momentarily with A Starlite Gray. So I am back. I'm still struggling on the radio side. Let me get that fixed real quick. It's not working. I should just give it up today. With me tonight are the gentlemen from Starlite Gray. We've been talking about their influences, among other things, and they may not have realized that, but you did catch on that that's what we were doing, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm not as dumb as I look.
All right, so let's stick with the influences for one more question. If you're sitting on a bench and your musical idol sits down next to you and says, you can ask me one question. First of all, who is sitting next to you, and what is the one question that you're going to ask them?
Who's going first?
Go for it.
I would say Matt Good of the band From First to Last. He's now does a lot with music production for bands like Asking Alexandria, Memphis Mayfire, bands like that. I would just ask him to teach me everything he knows. Absolutely everything.
All right, I'll go next. I'm gonna reference Andy's a band from earlier. I would love to sit down on a bench with Toast and the Posse, but I wouldn't ask him a single thing about music whatsoever. I'd probably ask him like about his other hobbies or what his favorite food is. You know what I mean? And just talk to him like a normal person, because I'm never gonna be able to do what he does. So there's no sense in having him explain it.
Well, I already talked about Michael Amott, so I kind of would snag one from Joey that I've learned kind of recently. What's his actual name? Charles Caswell?
Charles Caswell. From Buried Alive.
Buried Alive. Yeah, man. The stuff's just like super creative. I don't understand how he does it. I would just want to take a lesson real quick. You know, like, hey, man, like show me how you come up with like just these off the wall ideas.
Very, very good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's a little bit of an undertone. A lot of people might not know this name, but Tony Royster Jr. He is a lot of people knew him back in the day because he did a solo on, I forget what talk show it was, when he was just 12 years old. He's one of the most incredible studio and solo musicians out there nowadays. Like, he's even toured with like Jay-Z. Like, if you just watch any of his solo work, he's absolutely amazing. But my question would be a lot more simple for him. If I were to just sit down, I would ask him if he could go back and do it all again, what would he do differently? That would just be it.
So you would give him the DeLorean that I gave you earlier. See, now I need to figure out how to turn that question into the TVA with Loki. Did you watch Loki?
I love that this whole new, like, this last season, it was awesome. I didn't know where they were going to go with it, but once I got into it, and yeah, I can't wait for new Loki. And I know we just got new Loki, but I'm excited for the next season. It's crazy.
Have any of you met a famous musician?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I have.
We went to see Escape the Fate not too long ago.
Yeah.
I met Craig, but you have a better story.
Which one?
The
Mushroom. Well, so I've met a lot of national act musicians over my lifetime, but like my biological father, he's a doo-wop musician, sang with the Mystics and Dion the Belmonts, and has his own little group called The Reunion, and they're like an all-star doo-wop group. But so I met Chuck Berry when I was a very young boy. Don't remember it, but I met him. I've met like Phil Anselmo from Pantera, Dino from Fear Factory. Went on a little mini tour with one of my prior bands with Mushroom Head, and J-Man when J-Man was originally in the band and stuff like that. But yeah, meeting those guys with you guys in Philadelphia. I actually, I grew up in South Florida and went to the same school as the guys from like Boys in the Well. I didn't know them, but yeah, just I have a lot of weird connections with famous musicians. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know what story you were talking about. But yeah, I guess that answers the question. What about you?
No, never.
As far as like not just meeting them in passing, like in a merch table or something, the only really memorable moment I have is Creed Fisher. He's a country artist. He's my favorite country artist.
You have a sticker of him on the back of your truck.
I did have a sticker of him on my truck. Yeah, okay. In my opinion, he's the modern day Haggard. He is one of the true blue Americans really keeping what outlaw country was meant to be alive. And just meeting him, like his concerts, I mean, they're concerts, but they are parties, like big 2-story bonfires out next to a lake. Like, it's just everybody has a good time and hangs out. And he's just a wholesome, down to earth, like, I'm here for you guys, like you're here for me type people. And it was a pleasure meeting him.
I've told this story a bazillion times, but I met Gene Simmons.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
and we talked about my digital camera. What's that?
That had to have been an experience.
It was. He actually kept talking when they were trying to shoo me away because he wanted me to explain how my camera worked. Because it used little mini CDs at the time.
I remember those. Yeah, they were like
So that's
Sony
my experience. He wanted to keep talking to me, and they were trying to shoo me away. It was a book signing. If you could play any place on Earth and open for any band, where would you want to play, and who would you want to open for?
I already have an answer for this.
I do too. You can go first.
I would love to play at Red Rocks in Colorado and open up for Camelot. I am such a closet Camelot fan.
I like Camelot. They're cool. I would love. What's that? Say again.
Camelot. I was just reading an article on blabbermouth.net tonight. They're starting their own streaming service that is supposed to make artists more money.
No, very cool.
So look it up if you didn't know.
Yeah, I would want to do the Rock Am Ring, and I would want to open up for like Gideon or Attila or one of those guys. You know what I mean? I think that would be a pretty cool show.
I don't really have any specific venues in mind, but so just last night we went and seen Eminence out in Pittsburgh. Man, I like those guys a lot. I think that some of the things that they do are like things that we're also kind of doing. I just think opening up for them would be awesome. I wouldn't really care where that would happen to be.
The Price Jordan.
I'd say same place as Joey, Rock Am Ring, but Slipknot I think would be pretty cool to open for.
I won't do it unless they bring Jay back.
Yeah.
If you could go back to the day that you decided you were going to be a musician and tell yourself something to kind of help, what would you tell yourself on that day?
Learn theory, learn the way that it works. Don't just play cover songs for 10 years and then figure it out. Easy.
Practice more. Serious, that's it.
Yeah, don't get discouraged at all because this is still all fresh and new to me, so I still get that sometimes. But that's really it.
Mine would be to practice more as well, but start using a metronome at a very earlier in life than I did. You know what I mean? My playing has just gotten so much better playing to a metronome. You know, like I always thought I was doing okay, but once you realize you're not as tight as you think you are, and then once you play to a metronome, it's great. You don't ever want to stop. You don't ever want to not play to a metronome. Is what I'm saying. Once you get used to it, it's, in my opinion. But yeah, that'd be my advice. Yeah, metronome.
Hey, so we're getting real close to the end of the segment. I know that you're searching for a bass player. Do you want to throw that information out?
Yeah. Yeah. Plain and simple, we're looking for a full-time bass player. Obviously, a bass player, not somebody who plays guitar who wants to play bass. We want somebody in their element, comfortable on stage with us. I mean, we have some pretty simple requirements for it. Knowledge of extended scale. We do have what we call band dues. It's just covering our rental of our practice space, like somebody that's just able to throw 100 bones in every month. And of course, you would have creative freedom on top of it all. We all like to collectively come together. There is no dictatorship here. So if you want a place to really strive, to really be heard with your creativity, to be part of a family, because we do treat this like a family. Hit us up.
Yeah, bassists are hard to find, and it's been like that for quite some time. And we unfortunately knew when we started the band a year ago, a little over a year ago, our original bassist Tyler was never a part of the band. He was just helping us establish and get the music put together. And then when he had to gracefully bow out, the next guy we brought in we knew he wasn't going to last either. He told us from the beginning, and he was a friend. So Kevin was like, hey, once things start to pick up and you guys start gaining traction, I'm going to have to step aside because, I have a career, I have, a life, and that was already agreed upon. So his departure, he just hung out with us last night. Like he was at my place till like 5 a.m. We were playing Descenders on the PlayStation, the mountain biking game. So he's still part of the family. And honestly, we also want someone that we can vibe with and has on the same kind of frequency as us, because we're a family. We do Bandsgiving, we do all kinds of, every holiday we get together, and at this spot we barbecue, we do whatever we can.
Hell, sometimes we even just go out and have drinks together.
Yeah.
We're constantly communicating and talking and hanging out. Like it's
the group chat is it's off the chain, bro. You know what I mean? So yeah, and the thing, like he said, we're looking for a bassist that actually knows how to play bass and understands some of the techniques that we'd like to have implemented into the music we're writing going forward. Because although we're not going to change our style very much, we are going to play a lot more intricate guitar, parts and things that don't sound repetitive. We're going to evolve with our sound, because the music we're playing now has all been written in the past, and we've used it to get together and establish a sound. So a bassist right now jumping on board full time is going to have the best advantage, because there'll be a part of the process of all the new that's to come. Mm-hmm. And then the stuff we're doing now is fairly simple. It's just faster, and there are some intricacy or some intricate parts to it, but
lots of syncopation.
Yeah, just lots of heavy syncopation.
Okay, guys, I want to thank you for hanging out with me.
Thank you for having us.
Make sure you check them out. Facebook.com/A Starlite Gray. That's A StarliteGray. There. Make sure they get it right.
Thanks.
And we're going to play 3 more tracks. We're going to hear from Rat Bastard and their song A Kick in the Head. And I say there, it's one person playing all the instruments and singing. The Anxiety Effect and their song. You know what? I think he's a one person too. He's metalcore. He is from, I believe, Clearfield County. That song is Roots. Are you guys familiar with them?
No, not actually. No, but Clearfield, we've played some show. We did the Upstage Fest out there and stuff, and we're kind of networking out that way. It's not too. It's about 45 minutes from where we're at.
So you played David's show?
Yes, the Upstage. Yeah, we did this. This year was obviously our first time doing it, but it was awesome. We had a good time.
Yeah.
And we're going to end things tonight with Ironside, and that song is State of Control. And make sure you join us each and every Monday night, and go to buildascene.com and musicfromthe412.com for more of unsigned music from the Western Pennsylvania area.